Hey, beautiful people. Welcome to episode number 3. This is Mark Anderson with the Reptile Shed podcast on the Show Me Reptile Network. Let's see, we are the largest reptile show coast to coast, and I'm super excited to have some shows in my home state of Oregon here, and I'll personally be at every single one of them. And that's amazing. They'll be the first shows in Oregon this year. And there's some in Washington. So I can't wait for that. On today's episode, we have a very, very special guest. He's all the way from South Borneo, and this person has some crazy, crazy experiences, and they're completely normal to him. And you'll understand in today's episode on why, because it's insane the animal culture and everything that goes on over in these other places compared to here. And most of the viewers and everything watching this channel are United States based. So you'll definitely learn a lot and get a different viewpoint on South Borneo today and all the wildlife it has to offer. And then in saying that, I have a special guest named Raphael Anggelo, and here he is. What's up, man? How's it going?
Hey, Mark. It's good to see you. So
It's
everything is
so
doing well here.
it's so good to see you. Okay, I don't even know where to start today. We have so much information to cover. And we've already kind of been behind the scenes talking about everything, and it's insane the experiences that you have and the stories you have to tell. It's definitely going to be multiple episodes in the future of having you on. And in saying that, let's just tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Raphael, and I'm from a city called Banjarmasin. It's the capital of South Borneo, and I'm currently studying in the United States. But I just graduated, and now I'm under internship program. But in 2 months, I will be heading back home, and so I always have interest in wildlife since I was a well very young age. I don't remember how old, but I was pretty young. And I remember back then, yep, that's me. That was, I think, when I was 11 years old
Nice.
on a Reptile Expo for the first time. And I just captured the moment to remember that. But yeah, so back home, we are blessed with a lot of wildlife and, you know, it's not all city. So there's still some like a swamp and those kind of things. And so I remember growing up, I would play in those kind of places and capture wild fish and try to find any kind of wildlife that I could find. And my mom would freak out because it's like, oh no, don't go back to the yard. It's dangerous. There's a lot of giant snake that might try to eat you. And I'm like, where is it? I want to see it. I'm like, she's trying to scare me, so I didn't go outside by myself playing, but I don't know why. My reaction was instead of getting scared, I'm like, "Oh, where is it? I want to see it. I want to see it." And yeah, that's just me growing up, and it's getting worse and worse. I mean, like I love my my sense of adventure is just growing and growing. And you know what? My mom at one point, my mom just, you know what, do whatever you want to do. I'm not going to stop you anymore. She gave up.
Same with my mom. Yep. Here we are.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so you live in South Borneo.
Yes.
And okay, so growing up, your mom wasn't into the animals and everything, but you still kept being into the animals. Now, what interesting things have you done, throughout your childhood and adulthood?
Well, when I was in junior high, I believe, that was the first time when I get a slow loris. Well, I collect snakes every once in a while, because they sometimes enter our house or something like a python. I never want to deal with venomous snakes, and I have not a lot of information about venomous snakes at the time, but I connect with the community, the reptile community in my place, and they teach me about how to differentiate venomous snake and non-venomous, looking from their the head shape and then the tail color and all of that. Because not all, the stereotype is when, for example, people see a green snake, all they think this must be like a viper family, the albolaris viper, I believe. Uh, because they have a red tail. But there's also fine snake or whip snake who have also a green color, and they're more common than the viper. And so what people do is when they see this green snake in their head, was like, oh, they're venomous, and then just let's kill them. Plank, they die. So from there, I learned how to differentiate the species and be more calm when I encounter snake in the wild, and not just but also don't
That's
want to be reckless and immediately touch them. But yes, my junior high, I kept a slow loris for the first time. I was inexperienced at the time, and I
what are
didn't
what
know.
is that for the viewers that don't know?
Okay, slow loris. So imagine sloth, but this is not like the sloth you see in the Brazilian jungle or like with the giant one. This is like a cute teddy bear looking kind of primate, and they look very harmless. They look very shy and very calm, and just like what the name suggests, they're pretty slow. Um, And so I didn't know. I was just playing with it, and then it bit me.
That's bad.
I was so panicked, and it didn't want to let go. And I was bleeding. My thumb was bleeding, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what shall I do? And finally, it let go. But turns out, this primate have a venomous gland on its armpit, and I got fever for 2 days after I got bitten by that slow loris. And I'm like, okay, I learned my lesson. And then the next time I handle the slow loris, I use a thick gloves. So if it
So how
bits
does it
me, you can, yeah.
to explain to the viewers how does it get um how does it become venomous when it bites you?
So slow loris, they usually would lick their armpit, like they lick it because that's where the venom gland are. So if you see them in a wild and they start licking their armpit or something, you might not want to mess with them because they're already equipped and they're ready to attack you.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Okay, so
Yep.
fast forward now. What were some next experiences?
Oh, so in Asia, I encounter most the Asiatic type, like a water monitor and those kind of like a python kind of snake. But then ever since I moved to United States, I encounter a lot of new species that I've never, and so it's just a new sense of adventure that I can see all of this species like gopher snake in the road, and I've never seen that snake before. I'm like, oh, I was like, maybe my friends isn't like, oh, come on, bro, you're like a caveman coming out of nowhere. I was like, oh, dude, aren't you guys fascinated with this species that they wiggle their tail like a rattlesnake, and they're the way they hiss. It's just mind blowing for me because we don't have something like that back home, and so it's a whole new world to see, like a lot of new species. But for the people in here, through my friend, they're just like, oh yeah, they're gopher snake. Yep, they're pretty common in here, and we kill them a lot in a roadkill. I'm like, what? You kill them
Oh,
in a road? Like, no, 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 no. I was like, yeah, people in here doesn't like gopher snake and all of that. I'm like, what? No, 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 no. So yeah.
yeah, we're trying to save everyone. Now, reverse the roles. Now, you say you have pythons in your house.
Hmm.
So we'll have gopher snakes in our house and stuff like that. You have pythons. Now, can you elaborate on some pythons and other wildlife that you just find in your house?
Yeah. So something cool about Python is they have a locality type. So Indonesia is a island country. There's so many islands, and actually the animals that I show you guys was actually from various part of Indonesia. It's not just from Borneo Island, and so we ship them and collect. But something about Python, some some locality can grow larger than the rest of the locality, and they have a different pattern. Like if you see we call it, their back looks like a chain,
Yeah.
and some of them have like a plain dot, some of them have a smaller dot in the center, and all of that. it's various. But I think the most unique one that I've encountered about python is the calico. It's the calico python.
Oh, you were showing me pictures of that the other day. Oh my
Yes.
goodness. Okay, so why?
Something about calico is it's not genetics. It cannot be passed down to the next generation. So if you try to breed them, the children will not be calico. Calico
I
is
don't
a
think you
purely
have
yeah,
that.
it's a pure nature phenomena. Nobody knows why it happened. It just it can it can mutate, becoming the whiter color, or it could become gray. It could become black. It's like a and I love to collect this one is because it's unpredictable, and they usually are not tame at all, and it's all usually always occur to female. It rarely happen to male, and this is still a nature phenomena. Nobody knows why.
That's crazy. No way. So, what locality pythons do you have in your house? Can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Sorry. Wait. Hold on a second. Why does the
Can you hear me?
hello?
Hi,
Yes.
can you hear me?
Uh,
Okay. Wait, you can hear me?
yes.
Okay. What locality pythons do you find in your house, and what other ones do you find?
It's Borneo type.
Okay.
We have mainly Borneo, Sumatra, and Celebes Island or Sulawesi.
Okay.
Those are
And
for
you
Java.
said you have lizards that go in your house too.
Oh yeah. I used to have a saltwater crocodile roaming free in the house, and again, my mom would freak out. So that's also during my
Say that
time,
again.
like I think junior high.
Saltwater crocodile.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
that's
that's a
the false
gharial.
gharial. That's
Oh,
my second addition to the after the saltwater crocodile.
yes. Tell us about that one.
So that one was a rescue kind of. The previous person couldn't take care of it anymore, and yeah,
And what's
they.
with the tweet on top of it?
Oh, that the top of it was a red eye crocodile skink. The red eye crocodile skink is from Papua New Guinea, and the false gharial was from my place.
Okay, and the saltwater crocodile that you had.
Yes.
What what's the story with that?
Well, similar story. I don't rarely. Oh, yeah, that's the one. I This is also rescue. I don't get crocodile
Rescue.
randomly, but that person also. I think the wife was complaining about it, and he said like, "Okay, I cannot keep it anymore. Do you want to continue keeping it?" I was like, "Oh, sure. I never keep a crocodile before. I'll do it." And it's been pretty fun experience. And I remember just leaving it in the yard, and my mom one day figured it out, and I was taking a nap at the time, but she was screaming like, "Ah!" I'm like, whoa, 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 what? And she called my name. There's only one person in the house. If anything, any random animal suddenly pop out in the house, then that must be me. I'm the culprit. So my mom knows that, and she's like, "Ah, why there's a crocodile in the yard?" And I was like, yep, that's me." And I already told my dad that I'm gonna get the crocodile. It turns out my dad haven't told my mom that I'm getting it, and I told dad about it, and so I'm safe at the day. And she's like, "Get rid of it, put it in a cage, put it in a cage." I'm like, it's fine, mom. I touch it, and I show it to her. It becomes tame for a while. But one thing about crocodile, after a week you don't touch them or interact with them, they become wild again. So
Great.
their primitive instinct is pretty high. So
That's
yeah.
crazy. And they have sensors all over their body, right? So like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If you see
amazing.
like a little dot nearby their face, it's their sensor. It's their pore
That's
that they can
crazy.
sense vibration and all of that in the water.
And alligators only have it around their mouth, yep. And then yeah,
Yeah.
crocodiles have it everywhere. So that turtle that just
Yes.
popped up. Can you tell us about that? That tortoise right there.
Yes, that's a Burmese mountain tortoise.
That's amazing. And those are just wild.
Yeah, they are the largest tortoise on our place, and they're endemic
That's
to.
amazing. And then so now you were telling me about hornbills before, and then all the
Mhm.
rescue work you do with them. Can you explain a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so every once in a while I do social work where I go to the village and I educate like people in the village and teach them English or something, and just help them with the kids and interact with the parents as well. And the local people in my place, they're called the Dayak tribe. These people hunt like a bushmeat, like a
what we consider exotic animal to them is just a food. And so like hornbills is one of part of their menu. So what hornbill is a pretty interesting animal. They're very loyal to each other. And so they would make a nest in a dead log or something, or a hole in a, and they would cover it with their poop or mud. Well, excuse me. Yeah, they cover it with the poop and leave a very small hole. And they would, one of them, I forgot, either the mom or the dad, will stay inside and nest, brood the eggs until it hatch. And then the other pair have the duty of bringing food from the outside and feeding the mom and the baby chick inside. And so it becomes easy target for people. They could recognize that was a hornbill nest. And what they do is they just open the nest and take the parents and the chick. Oh, no, they take the parents, they save the chicks. They keep them, they grow them, but they kill the parents. And so what I would do if I saw something like that, I would make a trade with them. Yeah, so hey, don't kill it. I'll take it. I'll take a good care of it. I know how to handle this. I know how to treat this bird. I give you a normal chicken for you to eat. So let's make a
awesome.
switch. And
Yeah.
so that's what usually happens.
Good job.
Yep.
Thank you. That's amazing.
Yeah, thank
That's
you.
that bird right there. That looks like a fisher.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a kingfisher.
That's amazing. What's the story with that one?
That one actually enter into our house. It hits a mirror, yeah, it flied directly into the window. It didn't see, bam, it hits. And so I released that one not so long after I took that picture. Because yeah, we just treat it a little bit, just try to acclimate it, and
That's
and then release
crazy.
it back.
And then backtrack to the bushmeat thing. What other bushmeat do you have around, or does that tribe get for you? Or
We
I mean, not
have
but UT, I guess. You know.
Okay, we have a lot. Oh, this is gonna be controversial. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I got it coming. I already know.
Yeah, we eat a lot of stuff. The local eat. They
What do you
eat
rattlesnake
bats.
over here?
They eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess yeah, it's like rattlesnake in America, but they eat bats and they also eat snakes, like a python. I actually tasted python before. They're like combination of. I'm not gonna eat that one. That's my pet.
Python,
But
right?
yeah, but it's something like that. But yeah, they're like a combination of fish and chicken. They have a white meat, a little bit chewy.
That's
So
crazy.
it's interesting, a bit like a fatty.
Uh-huh.
And I've also tried turtle before. Back home we have a soft shell turtles, and people actually collect the oil for beauty product.
Turtle.
And so yeah, we also eat dogs, but
That's
no,
crazy.
no, no. It's not like what you think it is. It's not the same dog like you have in America. Like it's like almost like a wild dog. They're like a
Yeah.
mongrel.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
I only eat
people
it
here who
twice. I
breed
don't like the
markets,
taste.
surf farms. Yeah, I mean, there's a whole bunch of things. All the slaughterhouses are off the side of the road so people don't see them. It's insane. Tell us about this Borneo earless monitor right here.
That's one of my rarest collection actually.
So
It's
this is
it's
another
endemic to Borneo. Huh?
this is another thing of the bushmeat market, right?
Oh, they don't eat that one.
No. But they'll
They
field collect them.
Yeah, they collect them from the field and they sell it as a pet, because they know the value of that thing. That's a holy grail. Uh, yes, but
And so
we
they
eat the
collected
cousin.
it, and you saw it, and you were like, "I need this." That's
Yeah, I
so
saw it
great.
and somebody caught it, and I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna miss that one. I'm gonna get that one.
And then
But
this
yeah,
right here, Selfin Dragon.
yes,
You
this
just
is
have those
the
randomly.
yeah. No, that's actually from Celebes Island, but I also got it from another seller. That is a Ambon. That's an Ambon type. So even Sylvan dragon, there's a lot of like subspecies of them. The most popular one, there's two main one, which is the Ambonensis, the one that I show you in the picture, and the other one was Webbery. Webbery is a bit more smaller, and they have a smaller fin, but they have more greenish color. It's blue, dark bluish green. It's more colorful, but it has less fin, like the sail fin.
That's
But
crazy.
yeah,
And then you said
still
you had
cool.
water monitors in your house and just roam around.
Hmm. Yeah. It's pretty common to have even wild one, large one just coming, they usually just try to scavenge, like hunting for leftover food or something and going to the trash. So think about it like a raccoon in here, and they look for scraps. But this
I
is like
wish
a
that was
giant
my
dinosaur.
problem. Oh my gosh, I'd be out there just petting them.
Oh,
I
oh,
guess you
whoa,
couldn't
whoa!
pet, right?
They
Yeah.
are nasty. The wild one,
Uh,
you may set a certain distance to them, but well, this is what I've done in the past. If you get too close to them, they will whip their tail. They will start puffing up, and they're like, and he's saying, and use their tail like a whip. And yep, you don't want to mess with them, if especially when
uh-huh.
they're very big. They grow very big.
What's the biggest one you've seen?
Oh, good question. I don't know how much in me. Probably like 4 meters.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's a lot. That's
yeah,
insane. Yeah, they're the second largest lizard in the world, so
yeah.
I
It's
believe
like
it.
seeing Komodo dragon, but smaller, a little bit smaller than Komodo dragon. It's like
That's insane.
it's crazy.
Oh
Yeah,
my god. Okay, now reticulated pythons. What's the largest one you've seen over there?
7 meters.
That's crazy.
7 meters. Yeah.
Is there anything that you see with your own eyes, I guess I should say, with like deforestation or any pet trade or anything in the economy that's hurting the animals or the ecosystem?
Oh yes, there's a lot. We the main one we have. Wait, what is it called? Like mining. We have people do illegal mining, and
Okay.
also for palm oil plantation. It's everywhere now.
Is it?
Yes, 10 years ago, or yeah, 10 years, 20 years ago, when I was younger, if we go on a trip to village or somewhere, uh, we don't see a lot of palm oil. But now almost everywhere is palm oil, and it's just it's economically beneficial for the people because they make a good money from it, but it's destroying the habitat of this all of this animal, and it happened in like super
That's
fast.
insane. Yeah, I mean, that's insane. I believe it too. All right, before we get too much farther in this episode, I do want to bring out another special guest that I have, the conductor, and he's itching to ask you some questions.
Hey, what's
Oh,
going on? How you all doing?
Hey.
hey, pretty good.
Doing all right. So, I do have a couple questions. When you're over there, because now exactly where are you from?
South Borneo,
So-
city called Banjarmasin.
All right. Now can you tell us exactly how the economy is over there? Because now that you're here in the States, it's definitely a different economy. What is your guys' economy like over there?
Ooh, good question. Well, compared to back home, everything in the United States is way more expensive. That's for sure. uh, yeah, things are pretty cheap back home. But I think it's pretty okay. We are not at the best in our economy right now. There's a but
Okay.
it's my area is not that impacted, so it's still people there are still living okay. But some other places they're not
Okay.
doing pretty well. There's a lot of unemployment, and people work a lot in farming. Yeah, we have a mining industry and farming. Palm oil
Okay.
plantation is also a big thing.
Right, right. Now, and do you see a lot of like the illegal exotic pet trades going on over there as well, or is that more towards the coast? A lot.
A lot.
Oh wow.
Fact is, most of the species you got probably came from wild caught. Like I
Wow.
mean, like in the pet trade, like or in general, like most of them, I can guarantee you, most of them are from wild caught.
Right. Now, I do have a couple of questions. You have a couple pictures. Well, Mark sent me a lot of the pictures here.
Yeah.
But I have a picture of these turtles tacked together. Did you want to tell us a little bit about these?
Yeah, that's the spiny turtles. And so something unique about them, when they're still a baby, they have a very spiky and it's actually pretty sharp. It's their defense mechanism. But as they grow older, like the picture, the bottom part was the mom. So you see, like the spike gradually disappears and it's getting less sharp. So yeah,
Now,
that's how unique it is. Yeah.
Now, do you breed any reptiles or anything like that?
Yeah, in the past I breed my main focus on tortoise and turtles.
Okay. And what
That's
Uh,
species
and
have you read?
that one, the spiny turtle, and the other one was the the Burmese mountain tortoise.
Okay. And is that something you think you're going to continue to do?
Most likely, yes. I haven't done this for a while after I moved to United States because there's not a lot of people who take care of it, who can take care of it, and my family is not a huge fan of reptile. And so
Okay.
it's a hard thing, but once I get back there, I'm planning to be more serious in this and make it like a facility and like a mini zoo as well to educate people, so
Right.
they will not mistreat this animal and treat it with more respect.
Right. And when did you plan on going back exactly?
My program is gonna end July. Uh, Probably around August.
Around August. All right.
Yes.
So then that will put you in the States for how long now?
4 years.
4 years. All right.
Mhm.
So you actually got to see quite a bit of the States then in 4 years. Um,
Yes.
and what is one of the most enjoyable things that you can remember about the 4 years that you've been here?
Uh, well, there's a lot, but we went road trip. I really love road trip. Instead of just taking planes and we just take a long route, we went to, how many years was that? Like probably 2 years ago. We went to California and we went to the Joshua Tree National Park.
Oh, nice.
So pretty.
Yes.
Yeah, I see like a rattlesnake, like that one actually. Somebody killed it on a by accident, I guess. And yeah, I
Okay.
never seen rattlesnake in person. The live one, I never seen one, but I only see them in movie. And now I see the dead one in the street, and I'm already excited. Like, oh, they're pretty huge. They're not as small as I thought. I thought they're just pretty small snake. No, they're pretty thick. Like
Mm,
besides that, they're
yes.
pretty big.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Now, over there in Borneo, what are some of the native species that you guys do have, like in your town, or would it be considered a village?
Hmm. We have a lot.
Oh,
For reptile, the most common one is a reticulated python. We have king cobra. We have spitting cobra. We have water snake. All kinds of rat snake. We have fine snake. We have let's see, what is it called? We have all kinds of frogs as well. We have the false toad. Uh, and we have a horned frog. Yep, that's the one. I call that one boba because it has like a boba pattern on the back. That one, it looks like toad, but it's actually a water frog. And you see the flippers on their back. If I'll get a better picture next time, like that shows the flipper at their feet. And
right.
so the female can grow to the size of a plate, like it's growing pretty big, but the male is super small. It's only like this big. And they
Now
won't get
you also
bigger.
do more stuff than just reptiles as well, because I've seen a couple of pictures here that you have. It looks like monkeys, and
Yes.
I'm not exactly sure what that is.
That is a tarsier. Tarsier is a part of like a primate, old world, I guess, or something. But yeah, this is also the monkey where Yoda was inspired from.
Right.
Yeah,
And
Star
I
Wars.
also see that you like have bear cats,
Yes,
and that. So you do more than just reptiles as well. You do a lot of pretty much almost everything. Is that correct?
Can you show them the
yeah,
sea
except
turtle
insect.
picture? And then can
Oh,
you tell us about the sea turtle experience? Because here in the States, it's my dream to like, I just want to just cuddle a sea turtle, and we can't even touch them. They're federally protected, and you can't touch them.
oh, I
But over
don't
there, it's a little
that one.
different story.
I don't think I got that one uploaded with the sea turtle, but yeah, I did see that. Now what is the deal with the sea turtle?
So yeah, it's actually a tourist spot in there, but they have a release program and all of that. And nearby there's also like the not just the baby, but there's a teenager one. So the one that I'm holding in that picture was actually like not the full grown, but it's just roaming in there, and that they're pretty tame. And well, back home there's no stricter law that you cannot touch them or something. They're protected. You cannot eat them. You cannot sell them or eat them, but you can touch them for sure.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that is. Now, and you said you were over here on a program. What program would that be?
Oh, internship right now.
Okay.
But I'm on F1 student visa. I take, well, my major is not that popular. it's a
And what is your major?
it's a theology major.
Well, still, that's pretty awesome though. You know, not a lot of people go into that field.
Yeah.
Now, for people that don't know what that is, could you tell them exactly what that is?
Like my major?
Yeah.
Theology is basically the study of God. Like from theos and logos. Theos is God and logos is the knowledge. And so usually people who take this major, they will become a pastor. But I don't want to be a pastor. I want to follow my dream.
So then, why did you take that major?
So it all begins with my mom. So she made a vow. I was actually supposed to be aborted by my mom because I was dead inside her womb. Two doctors told my mom to abort me, otherwise she wouldn't survive, I wouldn't survive. And she prayed, like, God, if this child can be born normally, I want to give this child for your work. I'm gonna surrender this child for you. And so, wabam, I was alive and I was born. And so she's like, okay, this is a sign God has answered my prayer. And so, yeah, she said, go, you have to serve the Lord, okay, just for at least take theology school once you grad. When I was a kid, I'm like, okay, mommy, okay, I'll go. When I was in high school, I'm like, mom, this is not fair. I have my own dream. You see, I want to pursue this animal thing. I want to take agriculture. And I already got accepted at in University of Tasmania back then. I'm ready to go. But then she bring it up. She's like, okay, but remember, I have a promise to God that you have to fulfill. I'm like, oh, come on, mom, don't. And I tried to run away, but here I am.
Right.
Thank you,
Oh,
Mom.
yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks, mom.
But you know, you gotta love her. Without her, you wouldn't be here, of
Would
course.
have never met you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she did a wonderful job raising you as well. You seem like a very well-rounded person. But I have one more question for you. If you know how I am, I usually keep my last questions a little bit fun, more lighthearted. And that. So for my last question for you is, if there was one food that you could take back with you from America, what food would that be?
Oh, good question. Food, huh? Elk burger.
Elk.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice. Good
Yep,
choice. Very good choice.
yep. We don't have that at all. Not. Yeah, it's something authentic in here that I'm. Ooh, they're good.
I'll ship you some.
And it's very good. It's very good. Have you ever tried elk, Mark?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I live in Oregon, so we have elk here. We have Jefferson elk, which are the largest in the entire world. It's crazy.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
I
Yeah.
did not know
Oregon,
that.
Washington.
But
We have elk. I've like had herds run in front of my car. Herds of like 60 to 80, even more. It's insane. You see them on the side of the road. We have pronghorn up here, so North American antelope. There's deer everywhere. It's insane. Cougars over there in Borneo. You have to worry about reticulated pythons and tigers, I believe, right?
No.
we no longer have tiger. Well, long time ago we do have tigers, but that was and
No.
now
Go ahead.
sorry. Yeah, the only tiger that exists now is in the Sumatra island. We used to have it in Java and in Bali, but both of them extinct because of overhunting.
Do you know if they're going to reintroduce them? Like here, they reintroduce wolves to like, I think in Oregon, they introduce some wolves, stuff like that. Are they going to do that over there? Do you know? Or
I'm not sure about that, but they're a whole different species. But yeah, I really hope the government would do something about it and they would reintroduce them or something. But yeah, there's still a lot of illegal hunting going on especially for tiger. People put like a wire or something and will snare their hand, and they die naturally. Yep. And they hunt for the skin and the bone and the all those kind of stuff. It's pretty sad. But
Now,
yeah.
I just heard in the news that, and I seen some pictures that you sent Mark sent me about a story about a real. I do believe it was a python that ate a woman. Is that correct?
Yes,
You
yes,
tell us a little bit about that.
yeah. That happens a few years ago in Sulawesi. So she owns like a farm, and so she goes to check her field, but the family noticed she never returned, and she report the police and everything, and went looking for her, and then they found this python in a bush, very fat looking python just chilling in there, and they suspect. So this is also a common thing for python. If you see a big bump belly on a python, they either eat a goat or they eat human, either or any of those kind of, yeah. Because we let our farm animal loose free, they just grazing on their own, and they can come back home later on. We just close the gate. They know
Right.
the way home, and so if you see a python with a big belly, either one of those. And when they open the belly of the python, they kill the python. Yeah, the woman was in there, so there it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So you guys got quite a bit of stuff to have to worry about over there. I mean, we have quite a bit of stuff to worry about here in the states. We have poisonous reptiles. We have poisonous things. Very venomous reptiles as well. Very venomous. Actually, the duckbill platypus, which is something you wouldn't think is venomous. Um, we do have like cougars, mountain lions, stuff like that, but we don't have to get worried about eaten by a snake. I mean,
Raphael told me
Uh,
if I go over, he can take me to see wild orangutans.
oh, really?
How is some
Yes.
wild orangutans hanging out?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
In central Borneo, which is like
To
only like
those
4 hours trip from my place, they have a
to those
rescue center for orangutan, and they have like their own small island where the orangutan you can ride a traditional boat and go river cruising, and then you'll see the orangutan, and they're
do
like
they kill people?
they're pretty nice. But just don't keep your distance from them because they are very powerful.
I bet.
Now,
Yep.
so I got one more question, and then I'm going to go ahead and jump backstage. So what is your favorite animal from your native village?
That is I have a lot of list, but uh, well, if I could pick one, king cobra.
King
Oh,
cobra. Oh, nice, nice.
Hmm.
Well, that's all I have for you. So I'm going to go ahead and jump backstage, and Mark, I'll let you go ahead and finish up your interview.
thank you, conductor. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, he's super cool. And
Yeah.
that's crazy. So King Cobra. I have a friend here that has a King Cobra, and I believe it's technically a hybrid,
Hmm.
and it's like a Chinese King Cobra and an Indonesian King Cobra. So it's like a hybrid.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, that's crazy. So you have King Cobras there. That's amazing. Do you have one as a pet, or have you?
No, my parents would never allow me to keep a venomous snake at home. So what
Oh
I
God.
keep mild venom in the past, and rear fang, because that's safer. But I've never kept the cobra family, because I'm thinking about keeping them in the future. I don't. Well, let's see
Oh,
how
they're
it goes.
amazing. Yeah. I have some off
Yeah, but
site here at friends' houses, and they're so cool. I wish that when you were here, I could have took you over there because they're amazing. And my cobras don't like hood at me or anything. So my rattlesnakes don't rattle at me. They don't hood at me. Because you saw like the animal behavior aspect of things. So yeah, the rattlesnakes are super nice, super chill, like just a normal snake, and it's crazy. But that's
yeah.
super cool. And yeah, if you get into that, that'd be awesome. Love to
Hmm.
help you out with
And
that too.
yeah, I would love to. And did you know that recently the scientists just decided to split the king cobra species?
Explain.
There's more species of king cobra now than what we used to know in a few, like, and I only hear this recently because it
So
in the
there was
past
like
it's only Ophiphagus hana. That's the scientific name for king cobra, and now they have more, like a locality type and different variations. So that's more interesting
yeah,
because
I know there's like
we
four or
we kind of
five.
noticed that.
Uh-huh.
Huh?
That's
Yeah.
crazy. And do you ever happen to like go into your house?
In the field, yes, but thankfully not in the house. We have a spitting cobra trying to get into our house, but my dad already took care of that. But yeah,
All
for
right. Do you
Oh,
have any? protocols or anything for that kind of stuff?
Never free handle them. That's my advice. Wear a face shield. Get a hook, or if you cannot find a hook, get a branch or something, and don't try to disturb them. Well, snake in general, unless they're very cornered, they will run away if they see you. People think that, oh, snakes are aggressive and all that. Nope, they run when they see you. Unless you mess with them and you corner them, and that's when they become defensive, and they're doing that to protect themselves. So if you see them in the wild and they're doing no harm to you, then don't do anything to it. Just let it pass. I've seen so many like spitting cobra just walking on under the cage of my chicken farm, in a chicken cage, and I just let it pass because it didn't bother me. It didn't do anything about it. So let it be. They also help to control frogs population, mouse population. So they're beneficial. Don't kill them. Don't mess with them. Yeah.
Right. Now I got a 2-minute video that I wanted to roll real quick, Mark, if you didn't mind.
Yes, please. Let's pay those bills.
What is up? What is up? What is up, everybody? It's your boy, Reptile. Show me Reptile.
Habis makan gendut. Sarannya itu lidahnya.
Wah,
Ngerekam lah.
rekam ini apa buat parak benar.
Foto lagi.
Hah?
Foto.
Foto kah? Ada.
Yep. That's
We're back.
yeah.
I was all watching
Yeah.
it. I'm like, this is amazing. Okay. So we got to wrap this show up, and we're definitely going to have you on a few more episodes because the extent of knowledge that you have is insane, and the experiences and all the future stuff you're going to do. I do have a question, though. Is there anything that you want to say to the viewers or audience about anything before you go?
Well, as I said earlier about the snakes, many people fear snakes and all those kind of stuff, and they think snakes are aggressive. They're not. They're only doing what they're doing because they're trying to protect themselves. And if you see them in the wild, don't kill them. Just all of these animals, like there's so many false information that spread out, and like or stereotype that people think about certain animals, and Snakes are always venomous. They're not, and they have benefits to the ecosystem. And so, what I would do is don't. If you see them in the wild, don't mess with it. Just let it. Let them do what they want to do. If it's in your house or something, then get some tool, get some help. If you don't know how to deal with them, don't kill them.
Awesome. And you,
Yes.
that's amazing. Awesome. Great advice. And thank you, beautiful people, for watching. Tune in for next time for episode 4. And yeah, until then, we'll talk to you later and have a beautiful day.
In the glow of screens, we weave our dreams. Through YouTube's lens, we see new themes. Voices rise, a global choir, sharing stories far and near. From the depths of Reddit to Twitter's tweet, each post a thread, a connection sweet. In the digital maze we find our way through